Hey guys, Zack here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Camber 4x hanging style bike rack on our 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. This is an excellent bike rack if you're looking for just a hanging style bike rack, and they've done a really good job of adding some upgrades to kind of a classic design. So right away, one of my favorite things is the spacing that they've added to these cradles. A common problem with hanging style bike racks is they normally sit really close to each other and they start interfering with each other. So your handlebars are getting caught on your seats, your pedals are getting caught up with each other, and you're going to scratch them. And if they don't have an anti-sway, they'll start moving around and hitting each other. This one does have an anti-sway. But yeah, that spacing of 7 inches is really nice. It's quite a bit further than some of the older designs. Another thing I like with this is the way that they secure. So some older style bike racks would have like a strap that you'd have to pull over and make a connection. And those straps can be pretty tight. This is just a simple design that just secures down like that. And then to release it, you just press that button. So we will go ahead and we'll take these off. And if you look here, this strap has like a rubber coating right there. So that does a really nice job of protecting your frame from any scratches. It's the same thing on this one up here on the top tube. We can take this off and take a closer look. I also really like that they've added this padding in here, and they have these grooves here. So that's going to do a nice job of taking some of that pressure off your brake lines and cables. And then that padding is just going to be another nice way to keep from scratching your bikes versus kind of the hard plastic style that some bike racks used to use. You don't have to put these straps back in place, but I like to keep them there to kind of have a uniform look. Let me give you a quick measurement to show you how much this adds to the back of your vehicle. So with this being a 4 bike and having that additional spacing, it adds a little bit more than some other hanging style racks. But this is going to measure about 42.5 inches to the back of the vehicle. Now when you are using this bike rack, a problem that you're going to run into with most hanging style bike racks is this mass is going to interfere with getting to that hatch. So if we come down here, we can pull up on that lever and we can lower that down. That's going to give us full hatch access. Do not do this with the bikes loaded. It's not going to work out. But if you're going to leave this on all the time, this is a quick and easy way to get into your hatch, to load up gear, groceries, whatever you need to get in the back of your vehicle. Once that hatch gets back down, we can pull that back up. And then if you come up here to reduce that length, especially when you're in a parking spot or if you're going to leave this on all the time, we can lower those arms down. With those arms down, it takes it down quite a bit. And that's only going to add about 11 inches to the back of the vehicle. With this vehicle, this is definitely going to block your camera for backing up. So it's one of those trade-offs if you want quick access to your bike rack. If you're going to take your bikes often, it'll definitely be a problem that you'll run into. But let me give you another quick measurement. And that will be the closest point. That's going to be right down here, and that's going to measure at about 1.75 inches. There is a little bit of movement there, but not enough to worry me about coming into contact with that. And then when it comes to ground clearance, the lowest point on the bike rack sits at about 11.5 inches from the ground. That's plenty of room. I don't think you're going to have any issues with this coming into contact. And then the way this attaches to our hitch, this works with 2-inch hitches like we have here, but it also works with 1.25 inch, which is really nice if you have another vehicle, if you want to swap this out and take a different vehicle for your trip. And then what's really cool is that this one has an anti-rattle bolt included. So what that does is that takes the shake and play out of your rack, especially when you've got a bunch of bikes loaded on here. There's a lot of weight sitting on the back. And if you don't have an anti-rattle bolt, that's going to move around quite a bit. You're going to hear it. It's going to be pretty annoying for your trip. But overall, I think this is a really good way to get 4 bikes to the trail or to the park. It's Thule brand. They make excellent racks. They've been doing it for a long time. I think you'll be pretty happy with it. But that'll do it for a look at the Thule Camber 4-bike hanging style bike rack on our 2020 Nissan Pathfinder.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway.